the secret to locking down a high value man before the age of 30. This is going to be a coaching video, especially for you women out there who are still in your 20s, who follow my work. You guys hit me up all the time. You always ask me questions. Should I marry this guy? What do you think of my boyfriend? And blah, blah. Should I cash it in? And I give you guys a lot of very, very solid advice, okay? Because I don't want you to end up out there in the venues, 40, 50 years old, clubbing still, you know, being a cougar, competing against the 20-somethings. I don't want that to be you, okay? Because that sucks. It sucks, right? That shit sucks. So I'm going to tell you the secrets to locking down a high-value man, preferably before the age of 25, okay? Because really, girls, I hate to say it, man, after the age of 25, you are going to begin to lose your looks. And you know what? Nobody else is going to tell you that. But I'm telling you that, okay? I'm a pickup artist. I've been doing this stuff my entire adult life, okay? And I got a lot of haters who don't like me telling you guys the truth, who don't like me being real, right? Who want me to sugarcoat it. They want me to sugarcoat it and bullshit you like feminism has. Feminism has done nothing but bullshit you girls your entire adult life. It has screwed you over for decades. It screwed you over, it screwed your mother over, and probably your grandmother as well, okay? Feminism has done really no good for you. You know, talk about third wave feminism. And I'm over here, by the way, at the Mercedes dealership in Van Nuys, not too far away from where I live in Sherman Oaks. They're cleaning up here. I was actually out here earlier, and I was looking at a GLC. It was like a GLE, no, it's GLE 45 AMG Coupe. It's really, really nice Mercedes-Benz SUV, and yeah, I was so close to buying this car, so close. I'm still kind of pondering it. That's why I'm still here. I'm like, ugh, should I buy this car? But thing is, if you're a girl in your 20s and you're wondering if you should put your career first or if you should dedicate yourself to your man first, what feminism is going to tell you to do is feminism is going to tell you to put your career first, right? It's going to tell you to put your career first. But let me tell you a little something here. Let me tell you a little secret. You can work until you're 65 years old, okay? You can work till you're 65, but you cannot have kids until you're 65, okay? You can't. And if you're thinking that, oh, it's okay, I'll just work now, and then when I'm in my 30s and I'm more established in my corporate career, then I will focus on my dating career. See, the problem with that plan is once you hit your 30s as a woman, your sexual market value is going to decrease, okay? It's going to decrease because for a woman, your sexual market value is directly tied, if not completely tied, to your looks, to your physical attractiveness. Okay, I hate to tell you, I mean, it is. Obviously, as you start dating a person, it becomes about more than just your looks. But initially, okay, in order to attract a guy, especially a high value guy, you better look the part. You have to look like the type of girl that a high value guy would want, which is young, thin, beautiful, right? I mean, ideally. Do you have to be super thin, model thin? No, I'm not saying that, but just don't be like a harpy. Don't be like, you know, 100 pounds overweight. Don't, you know, work on yourself. Eat healthy. You know, get on a keto diet. You know, don't pound the sugar and carbs every night, especially if you're in your 20s, because that shit's really going to affect you in your 30s. Okay, so watch your diet. Eat a proper diet. You know, don't pound the Twinkies at 2 in the morning. Okay, lay off all the sugar and the cookies and the cake and the pastries. Don't eat that shit. And whenever your girlfriends are like, oh girl, you're so pretty, you look beautiful, it doesn't matter, you've gained 50 pounds, you look great. Of course she's gonna tell you that because you're her direct competition. Girls like sabotage each other like this all the time. It's so like evil the way they do it too. I've seen best friends do that shit to each other. Like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh, and then the girl's like, no, I feel fat. I gained like 25, 50 pounds. She's like, no, I can't even tell. You're so pretty. It's like, no, you know, if you ask me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be like, girl, you gained like 25, 50 pounds. You're still cute, but you better drop that shit. You know, that doesn't look good on you. That doesn't look good. Okay, so isn't this really pretty, by the way? Look at all these Mercedes-Benzes. Very, very pretty. This is actually the pre-owned section. These are really nice. But I mean, even these Mercedes that are out here on the lot, okay, these are the pre-owned Mercedes. These are about 2015 and up, okay? 2015, doesn't seem that long ago, right? 2015. But if you compare these 2015 models to the 2019, 2020 models that are inside the showroom, right? Because there ain't no pre-owned cars inside the showroom. Let me tell you that right now. I was in the showroom earlier. That showroom is strictly reserved for the brand new Mercedes-Benzes that have come in, the brand new models, okay? I want you girls to pay attention to this. See that showroom? See that pretty showroom in there with the lights? It's nice and warm in there. It smells gorgeous in there, by the way. I don't know what scent they put in there, but it smells very gorgeous. It's very luxurious in there, right? They've got mirrors in their showroom, right? All the cars are really shiny and they're just protected by all this security. Whereas they leave these pre-owned cars, as pretty as they are, they just leave them out here on the lot. I mean, it's really not hard to steal one, right? They just leave them here on the lot. Like this one here is pretty dusty, it's dirty. They're not cleaning this one, but they are cleaning the ones in the showroom. So you have to understand, like, when you wait until you're beyond 30, you're just kind of out here on the pre-owned lot, okay? You're no longer part of this, you know, you're no longer in the showroom, you know, like you were in your 20s. That's why you got to cash it in while you're still in there, right? While you're still in the showroom. You know, I'm sorry if this is not politically correct. I'm sorry if this is sounding mean. I don't mean it to come out like that. I'm just trying to be real with you because I want you to make the best decision for yourself that you can while you're still young that will lead you to being the happiest in life, okay? That will lead you to be being the happiest in life. You know, I don't want you to end up out here in the pre-owned lot where, you know what, people who can't afford the new Mercedes, people who can't afford the brand new ones are gonna have to go out here to the pre-owned lot and just kind of buy what they can afford. And you know what? Unfortunately, some people who buy these pre-owned Mercedes, they're gonna end up getting repoed because they're not gonna be able to make the payments, you know, because they're not making the money that they, you know, somebody who's buying a brand new car might be making. Okay, and obviously there's a lot of play with that. I'm just using it as an example. I don't want you guys to pull out the research like, no, statistics say that, you know, 90% of people who buy brand new cars get repoed, whatever. You know what I'm getting at here. The point of this coaching video is just to tell you girls, hey man, don't ride out your hand. You know, if you got a boyfriend right now that you like, you're in love with, and you feel like he's a good man, just listen to your gut, okay? If you love him, listen to your gut. If you want to marry that guy, just trust your gut, okay? Just trust your gut. If he's a good guy, please don't poison drip him. Please don't like look for reasons to start arguments with him just because he's not he's not like being an asshole enough to you, because girls love assholes. Girls love dicks, you know? I gotta tell you, man, guys like me are not gonna really stick around, right? You want a nice guy who's gonna come home. You want a nice guy who is not gonna be ghosting you or disappearing or coming or only comes over after midnight. No, you want a guy who's actually gonna be there for you. And a lot of you girls in your 20s, you had these guys. You had these guys, you know? And I was one of those guys. Look what happened to me. I became a pickup artist. I was one of those guys, right? I was always home for my girl, right? And girls just don't seem to appreciate that shit. But if you have a man like that, you know, and you're a good girl, you know, because I dated a lot of bad girls in my time. If you're a good girl, treat him right. Don't poison drip him. Try to make the relationship work and see how far you could take it together. See, like, I mean, because you guys are like teammates. Try to be the best teammates you can for each other and try to make that relationship work so that you could cash in your chips before the party's over, before you hit 30, right? So you don't end up on the pre-owned lot, right? You want to cash it in while you're still in the showroom behind the pre-owned lot, right? With all the security and, you know, all of the glass mirrors, and I think they might even have champagne in there somewhere, right? They ain't serving no champagne out here, girls. There's no champagne, but guess what? Inside they still got champagne, right? So I know this is sounding a little mean, but I'm really trying to help you guys, right? I'm really trying to help you guys by not sugarcoating what I'm telling you. You know, I mean, this isn't CNN where I'm just gonna tell you whatever you want to hear, whatever sounds socially correct, so I could virtue signal at your expense, your happiness's expense. No, I can't do that to you, okay? I have to be real. Okay, I gotta be real with you because I want you to be happy, and I don't want to see you out there in the venues like I see so many girls over 30s, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, still out there, still acting like they're 21 years old. It's really sad, it's really pathetic. Still out there trying to lock down the high value guy. You know, and it's even more sad when I see these girls who are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s out at the same venues I'm at, right, competing against the 21-year-olds. Not only are these girls there doing that, but they're also there on their phones. They're on Tinder. They're on Tinder. They're on like Match. They're on their phones. They're like swiping left, swiping right. So, you know, doing whatever they can to find a man because they didn't lock him down in their 20s when they had the opportunity, when they were at the peak of their sexual marketplace value. Because if you're a girl and you're in your 20s still, especially if you're under 25, your sexual marketplace value is at the highest it's ever going to be in your life. Okay, nobody's going to tell you that. It's at the highest it's ever going to be in your life. It's never going to be this high again. Okay, and I'm telling you, this is the best time to cash in your chips. All you need to do is find yourself a high value man. And if you're a pretty girl, hey, you got high value men hitting you up all the time. I mean, you don't even have to be that pretty. If you're the least bit cute, you've got high value guys hitting you up all the time. Okay? Guys that can easily just walk right into the showroom and pick out whatever Benz that they want and just drive off with it. Right? Like it's nothing. Right? And they don't have to worry about the payment. They don't have to worry about, you know, the car getting repoed. Right? You could get that high value type of guy because you're still at the peak. And like I said, you don't even have to be that cute. I mean, if you're the least bit cute, chances are you're getting at least a few high value guys hitting you up every now and then. But if you are cute, if you're at least even, you don't even have to be an 8, 9, or 10. If you're even just a 7 in looks, if you're just cute, you can lock down a high value guy, right? But if you wait, if you try to ride it out, if you try to put your career first like feminism tells you to do, right? If you think you can have kids, you know, you're gonna put off having a family in your 30s, your 40s, hey, you can do that, okay? I'm not saying you can't do that. But just understand, if you do wait, you're going to get a lower value male. The longer you wait, beyond the age of, I'm not even gonna say 30, beyond the age of 25, the longer you wait, every single year that goes by, every birthday that you have, the lower and lower value male that you're gonna have to settle for, because you're just not gonna be able to attract that high value male that you could have when you were at the peak of your physical attractiveness, okay? And the thing about guys is we're pretty stupid, okay? Because if you attract us in your 20s and you're looking the hottest you'll ever look in your life, most guys are just gonna stay with you even if you lose your looks, right? It's like, as long as they hooked up with you while you were still hot, they will stay with you, even if you lose your looks later on. I've seen a lot of guys stay with their girls. Girl loses their looks, or the girl lets themselves go, right? Look at Pierce Brosnan. He was married to, I think she was like a model or something, or she looked like a model. And then like 10, 15 years into their marriage, she put on 100 pounds, like 200 pounds, I don't know. She gained a lot of weight. He's still with her. He stayed with her, right? A lot of us guys are suckers. We'll fall in love with you and we'll just stay with you. This is why it's imperative, like, you want to lock down a high value guy, do it in your 20s. And you know what? Even say for whatever reason you lose your looks or you let yourself go a little bit, that guy will stick around. You know? He'll stick around just because we're dumb like that. But don't ride out your hand, girls. Don't listen to feminism, and especially do not listen to your female girlfriends, especially if they're like try to tell you that they're your bestie, you should listen to me, and then they're trying to constantly sabotage your relationship with your man. They're trying to guilt you for spending so much time with your man. They're trying to talk shit about him, like, oh, girl, he was checking me out when you weren't looking. It's all bullshit. It's so much bullshit. I've had so many girls, like girlfriends, friends do that shit. Like, oh, he was checking me out. I was like, no, I don't think so. Your friend's ugly. I don't even like her. Ugh, she's gross. She's fat. I'm like, why would I be checking her out when you're way hotter than her? You know, but a lot of these girls will do that shit to try to sabotage you, you know? And unfortunately, I've had a few girlfriends who listened to their stupid bestie or their stupid auntie and they blew it, you know? And then they end up becoming single moms with 2 kids, 2 different fathers. right? Or 3 different fathers, or 4 days. Oh, that's bad, right? You don't want to end up being that. And you definitely don't want to end up being that, much less the cougar in their 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, who's still out at the venue, still single. And I always tell my guys, the hotter she is, over 30 and she's still single, the bigger the red flag. It's like, this girl is so hot. You know, if she's still hot in her 30s, she was super hot in her 20s. And she was getting hit up by chads, high value males, celebrities, actors, pro athletes. Why didn't she settle? How come none of these guys put a ring on her finger? What's the problem? Okay, you'll quickly find out if you date her. You'll quickly find out. So I'm gonna wrap up here. I hope you girls got a ton of value from this. This is probably one of the very few coaching videos I'll do to help you girls. Just basically because this channel is for guys, it's for men. It's a guy's channel, what do you want me to say? If you're a girl listening to this, I hope that you heed my warning, and I hope you take my advice. And I hope you learned something from this tonight, okay? And if you didn't, if you're offended, then I don't know what to tell you. You know, go ahead and drop that hater comment below. Right, go ahead and get your little 2-second dirty high. It's generally not the girls. I mean, if I look at most of my haters, by the way, it's not girls in their 20s. It's always women in their 30s, 40s, 50s. And the sad thing is, like, a lot of these girls will even, a lot of these women, older women I should say, will try to even lie and be like, no, I'm 20 something and no, I disagree. And then I'll like be able to like dig deeper into their profile, because actually there's a way to do that. And then I'll find out their birth date is like 1965, and it's like, here they are trying to claim they're 20 years old. You're born in 1965, how are you 20 years old? You time traveler? I would say overwhelmingly like 99% of my haters are women well past their prime, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, still single, still unmarried, could never lock down that high value guy, could never hang on to a man, and are now relegated to hating below in our comment section, sadly enough. But for you girls who are still in your 20s, you still have a chance. You still have a chance to not blow it, okay? So please don't blow it. I want you to be happy, and I really mean that, okay? I really mean that. I don't know you, but I want you to be happy. If you have any other questions about this, feel free to follow me on my Instagram at MattCrossOfficial, okay? If you're on Instagram, follow me, send me a message. If you're just gonna hate, don't add me, all right? I don't have time for that shit, all right? But if you got value out of it and you have a legitimate question for me, yeah, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram at MattCrossOfficial. Okay, for everybody else, I will see you in my next coaching video. This is M from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Very important you guys subscribe. Okay, it helps me out a ton when you guys actually subscribe. Mercedes-Benz of Van Nuys would greatly appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, okay? It'll help me get that Benz. And for you guys who want to support my content and my work even further, the best way to do that is by joining my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. Talk about 8s, 9s, and 10s. Okay, first month is only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, and you're gonna learn shit that school, parents, and teachers never taught you. And the first month is only $1. Okay, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. So take advantage of it. Do that now. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box, and it will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Signing out from Keys European, Mercedes-Benz and Van Nuys. I'm out here on Van Nuys Boulevard. This is where a lot of muscle cars and hot rods used to cruise back in the 70s, late 70s, 60s, even the early 80s. A lot of cruising used to go on over here. But yeah, it's not too far away from where I live in Sherman Oaks. Until next time.